Well, we've got an inspiring story of a mom who wanted her two sons to experience pizza night, just like many busy families do. The challenge for Gail Becker was that her sons live with celiac disease, making them unable to enjoy many of the ingredients in pizza. That's when Gail Becker developed a product that's now one of the nation's fastest growing and top selling frozen pizzas. Welcome to the show, Gail. Good to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about your story first before we get into the delicious pizza you got all around you.
Sure. So I'm a mom of two boys with celiac disease, and they were diagnosed at such a young age that there was no gluten-free food in the store. If they wanted a birthday cake, I'd have to make it, including the frosting. And what I began to notice over the years was how much junk the industry was putting into gluten-free food: more fat, sugar, salt, and calories, and less nutrients. So I decided to do something about it, and I left my job and started Caulipower almost 2 years ago.
I love it. I love it. My wife and I are vegans, and we make cauliflower breadsticks and things like that. But Caulipower, I haven't tried this one yet. Tell me about it.
Well, I encourage you to try it. I think one of the things when I tried to make cauliflower crust pizza, I didn't invent it. I found one of the 569,000 recipes on the internet. And it was okay. It wasn't great, messy, kind of okay. And my kids said, "Are you going to try it again?" And I said, "There is no way." It took 90 minutes to make a pizza crust after I got home from work. I said, "But I tell you what, I'll find it for you." And I looked everywhere and I couldn't find it. And I thought, you know what? There really has to be an easier way for people who want to eat better but don't have the time to spend making a pizza crust.
Yeah, I need your tricks, because you're exactly right. The cauliflower crust is hard to make, so I need your tricks on what you do.
Well, we spent about 8 months perfecting this recipe because it had to do two things, or actually it had to do three things. One, it had to taste good. It had to taste great, in fact. Two, it had to be better for you. And three, the crust had to get crispy. If the crust isn't crispy, it's not pizza. It may be something, but it's not pizza. So we had to achieve all those things and make it something that kids would want to eat, because it's only then that you can really impact society. So given by our sales and how many stores we're in, I would say we succeeded.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to trying it, but let's talk about this. This is something I'm really excited about. You're not only making a great, delicious vegan pizza crust for folks like me. Talk about what you're doing with the schools, with public schools, and joining up with them. Are we going to have, is Pizza Day at schools now going to be cauliflower crust?
Well, that is certainly a dream, but for now, a percentage of sales of all of our products goes to One Son, which helps build teaching gardens in underserved schools across the country. What we're announcing today is a Nominate Your School program, so that kids, parents, teacher can nominate their school, public school, K through 12, to receive a teaching garden and a pizza party and some scholarship money. Because if we don't impact these kids at a young age, then we're never going to solve the huge childhood and adult obesity problem we have in this country.
Preach on. I'm loving this, because my wife and I we're actually building a community garden right now in our neighborhood with a bunch of other neighbors. Talk about why it's so important.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, and the schools. It's not just a fill in for recess for the kids to play in the dirt. This is actually, I mean, we're talking about changing a generation here.
We are talking about generation changing here, and I've gone to some of these teaching gardens, and it's really amazing because some of these kids are really interacting with vegetables for the very first time. And what I love about the program is they start very young, and they take the seeds and they plant them and they water them and they nurture them, and then you get to see them harvest them. But the best part is then they actually learn how to eat them and what to cook with them, and you can even top a pizza with them, and it's like opening up a whole new world, and the kids feel really great, both physically and mentally, about building a better health for themselves and their families. A lot of times we find these kids are bringing what they learned home to their parents, and the whole family is eating better. So you really can't underestimate, it sounds kind of corny, the power of a pizza, but so to speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. And real quick, as we finish up, what are some of the other products you got at Caulipower, and where can people go to find these products and get more information?
Okay, so you can find the products. We're in 15,000 stores. So if you just go to our store locator at eatcaulipower.com, you can find a store near you. In terms of this particular program, you can follow us at Caulipowered on Facebook, on Instagram, on all social channels. Tag us with the hashtag CaulipowerYourSchool, or go to our website at eatcaulipower.com, and all the information is right there.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. Appreciate your time today.
Curtis, good luck with that teaching garden. It sounds pretty great.
Good stuff. Thanks to Caulipower for bringing us that. Awesome. I got to try that one.